Hello, everybody. This is Firefist Backhouse. As I'm going to be going on YouTube, my real name is Aaron Backhouse, and this is going to be a theory slash discussion on what I think is going to happen from chapter 814 and beyond. And you guys are free to chime in on if you think my theory is plausible on happening, if it's a good theory, a bad theory, what you would change about my theory, what some of your theories are about what's gonna happen. And my theory is that this is basically gonna be a Sanji rescue arc. We found in the last two chapters, we had the big reveal of Sanji's last name, that he's gonna be getting married. His last name is Vinsmoke. You know, we found out that this is gonna be the year of Sanji, and the last two chapters basically confirm that Oda meant it when he said this is gonna be the year of Sanji. And this is awesome. I'm very excited for this. Sanji is one of my favorite characters, in One Piece. And I mean, basically what my theory is that, the group right now, they just found out about why Sanji is not on Zo with the rest of the crew when they got there. They find out why Nami was so upset, why he left the note, what we finally find out what the note actually said. And my theory is that Luffy and the group that he's traveling with now, they're heading to see Nekomamushi in the whale's forest. And we seen in chapter 813, that Capone was walking in his body. Sanji sensed with his observation hockey that there was a strong mink out there, and he was sure that once he threw Nami, Chopper, and Brook out, that they could be protected, that they could be protected by this mink. And also he has the wanted alive poster. They can't touch him, he's a delicate flower, like he said. They're not even gonna put handcuffs on him. And when they say, and they're going to go out there to go get him, tells him not to fucking move. Like, I'm not joking, I'll blow your precious scientist's skull. I'll perforate it. And then, Capone's like, wait, there's somebody out there, and he looks back, and he's like, what's up with this mink? And then he says, what happened to Peckham's back there? He's all bloodied and unconscious back there. So, I think once Capone left and, Brooks said that he doesn't think Sanji's going to be coming back, that Nekomamushi, took Peckham's back to the whale forest with Chopper, and Chopper healed him, and that Luffy will end up meeting Peckham's when he meets Nekomamushi, and they will have a long conversation, and Luffy will decide that he is going to go bring Sanji back to them, because there is no way to get to Zo unless you're from Zo, because you know how to get there if you're from there. As we found out that, Beppo knows how to get there because he's from there, and, Law sent his crew to Zo to wait for him because Beppo knows how to get there. And the only reason why Law and everybody else got there was because of Beppo's Vivere card. Now, I really don't know if, Sanji and the others had, if Law maybe ripped off a small piece of it, I can't really remember, and gave it to them so that they could get to Zo. But, also in chapter 813, we found out that Brook either knows or knows of the Vinsmoke family, whether that's, he had an encounter with them. We still never found out who that pirate crew was that attacked him when he was with the Rumbar Pirates, before he died when he was in the Florian Triangle. Or before he entered the Florian Triangle, it wasn't really stated. I can't really remember, as I'm making this theory, I haven't really gone that far back to validate this theory of mine, but it wasn't really stated who attacked him and whether or not they drifted into the Florian Triangle because they had no sails, or if it drifted into the Florian Triangle because it had no sails after Brooke and everybody else passed away when they sung Bink Shake on the snail phone. And, but anyway, back to my theory. What I think is going to happen is Luffy and the rest of the crew, along with Peckham's and probably Law and his crew and who's ever there when they're talking to Nekomamushi, are going to have a long discussion about going to rescue Sanji. And, maybe Chopper or Brooke or somebody who's there or was there, maybe even one of the other minks who were attacked, will say that, Jack did say he will come back, and there is a very strong possibility he will come back. So I think either Zoro will volunteer himself to kind of face his first worthy opponent of going all out to see if he really, see how much he really did improve in that 2 year time skip. This would be his first worthy opponent for him to maybe even go all full out. Maybe this is when he opens his eye and we see why it has that scar. And what better opponent than him to go all out against than the 1 billion bounty man in Jack the Drought. Especially if Jack is all that he is hyped up to be. I mean, we never really got to see his full fight. I mean, we got to see that he has the mammoth fruit, the mammoth zone fruit and that weird weapon, but we never really got to see the full extent of his powers, what his fighting capabilities are. I mean, I know they fought for 5 days, full days, before Jack was like, just fuck this, release the gas. But, he'll stay. I think Robin will stay because there's likely a poneglyph in that ancient kingdom that they went by or were in when, Sanji's group seen Capone and Peckham's. I think Chopper will stay behind because, some of the minks are probably still hurt and still need the medicine. And, this way, if Jack does come back, he's able to heal them, and then he can just heal Luffy and the others when they come back. And, I was thinking either one of Usopp or Brooke because I really wasn't sure which one should stay, but I really think it's Usopp that should stay, and Brooke should go with Luffy because Luffy's the captain, and let's face it, he'll be the one that makes the decisions, and he'll be the one that, if he splits up the crew, he'll leave the second strongest with the minks to help protect them. It'll be Luffy. Nami will be the navigator. She'll navigate them there. Even though minks are good with navigation, I think that having Nami there might even hint, because there are people that are saying, and I'm behind it too, not 100%. I could see it happening. There's people that are saying it's either going to be Nami Luffy or Nami Sanji that end up in a relationship together. And what better way to kind of start that going in motion than have Nami there? Frankie obviously is going because he knows the Sunny. He knows how to use it 100%, and they could use a coup de burst, to gain a lot of ground, and I think Brooke is going to go because if he does know the Vinsmoke family, then I think we should see him be there when they do rescue Sanji so he can say, you know, Sanji, I know your family, or I know of your family. You know, when I was a pirate 50 years ago, your father or your grandpa or somebody connected with him, maybe, he was with them, and if they are royalty, I know he's from the West Blue. I can't remember if he said he served a kingdom in the North Blue or it was the West Blue. I can't really remember, but if he did serve a kingdom in the North Blue, maybe he did serve Sanji's family if they were royalty, and, you know, I think Peckham's is going to go because he will either have an internal post to Whole Cake Island or Big Mama's Weaver card, so that they can get to Whole Cake Island to rescue Sanji and stop the wedding. Um, and especially with, them, especially with Peckham wanting to show his gratitude and thanks towards the Straw Hats for saving Zoe and his friends and his family, as well as the Minks. I think maybe, a small group, maybe somewhere 4, 5, 6 Minks, maybe go with them to maybe help them get back to Zoe. And, I also think maybe, Luffy may ask Law for his help. May say, we're friends, you're my friend, we made an alliance, even though it was only supposed to be to take down Doflamingo and possibly Kaido, my crew, my Nakama, need me right now. Can you help me? And, I think Law may help him. I think we'll have Law and, Law go with the group of Minks, and you'll have a group of maybe 6 Minks total. So 6 Minks. So you'll have Peckham's, the 6 Minks. So there's 7 Minks, I guess you can say. And then you'll have Luffy, Frankie, Brook, Nami, Law. So you'll have 13, 14 people going to rescue Sanji, and, I think this is, a really good time. There are people saying that, Lola is Big Mom's daughter, that, her going around asking all these guys to marry her makes sense now. Maybe Big Mom has 36 daughters, and Pudding or Purin and Lola are the only 2 not to get married or have boyfriends, and, I know people, Anime Fan Talk, and One World HD. I think Anime Fan Talk, but I know One World HD made the theory that, maybe Jewelry Bonnie is Purin Pudding, and she changed her name, to kind of, not let everybody know she was Big Mom's daughter if Big Mom has such a big power, because I know there are people saying that, either Sanji's high up royalty related to the Gorosei, and that's why his wanted poster was only alive. And there's people saying that maybe Big Mom, she is a Yonko, and maybe she called the world government and said, yo, I want him only alive, or else, what happened with Whitebeard, is going to happen to you, it's going to be 10 times worse. Whitebeard was old, I'm in my prime, and that's something that, King of Lightning said about, Big Mom calling the world government, and, it makes sense, it does, but I mean, this could also be where the Throne Wars start that Doflamingo talked about. Maybe, Luffy takes the first step towards starting the Throne Wars. Maybe he's the first pin, the first domino to fall in the Throne Wars by either beating Big Mom and rescuing Sanji, or making an alliance with Big Mom because of, Peckham's maybe talking to her, or, finding out that Lola is her daughter, and for saving not only Lola and Peckham's homeland, she'll put their differences aside for this one time and take down one of the other four Yonkos in Kaido. And, maybe, this is Luffy's first step in becoming the Pirate King, one step closer to becoming the Pirate King and finding the One Piece. Maybe, his bounty gets increased again, and he, he beat a Yonko Big Mom by himself, or he beat a Yonko Kaido with the help of Big Mom. Maybe Big Mom and her crew take out all of Kaido's underlings while Luffy fights Big Mom, fights Kaido one-on-one. And, maybe, we don't even know what Kaido's bounty could be. We have Kaido's underling, who's Jack, who has a 1 billion bounty berry. Or berry bounty. Why did I say that backwards? I don't know. But he has 1 billion berry bounty on his head. What does Kaido have? What does Shanks have? What did Shanks have before he became a Yonko? What's Blackbeard's bounty? What was Big Mom's bounty? What was Gold D. Rogers and Whitebeard's bounties before they became Yonko and the Pirate King, and before they both died? I really think that might happen. I really don't see Kinemon, Kanjiro, and Raizo, along with Momonosuke, really coming into effect with this arc. Maybe if Jack does come back during all the commotion, they'll go hide with Momonosuke in the room that Momonosuke's hiding in, where we don't really know where it's at. Or, maybe Jack doesn't even come back. Maybe Zoro and the rest of them, if Jack does come back, Zoro kicks Jack's ass and all of his other underlings are defeated, and and they wait for Luffy to come back to Zou, or they go with Raizo, Kanjuro, and Kinemon along with Momonosuke to Wano and go and meet them at Wano. Maybe they decide that, and Zoro leaves a note saying, we decided to go to Wano and not wait for you guys to return. If they do find out they're on the way back, whether they rescue Sanji or not, you really don't know what way Oda's gonna take it. Next week something may happen, and my theory may become invalid, and maybe something gets added to it, maybe not. But this is my theory as it stands right now. I hope it made sense. I'm not exactly sure how long this video is gonna be. I don't have any video editing software. This was kind of just a spur of the moment thing. If I feel like doing this more often and you guys like this theory, maybe I'll come up with a few more theories and discuss them with everybody. But until then, I guess this is it. This is really the end of my theory, I guess. We'll see what happens in chapter 814 and beyond. Maybe my theory is 100% right, maybe some of it's right, but I really do think the fact that Peckham's was left behind by Capone when he rushed out of there, when he turned into a tank, that Peckham's is gonna be the main reason that the Straw Hats can even get to Whole Cake Island in the first place, to even attempt to rescue Sanji by either an Eternal Post or Big Mom's Beaver card. And I do like the theory that everybody's been throwing out there about Zoro staying on Zoe, getting to test out his 100% strength after the time skip against Jack, who is a worthy opponent, who has a 1 billion bounty berry. Luffy and a bunch of other people going to rescue Sanji, and him, making that first domino fall in the Throne Wars that Doflamingo was talking to Suru about a bunch of chapters ago. Um, that's it. This is Firefist Backhouse signing off. I hope you all have a good night, and until next time, I really don't know what to say, but until next time, keep it easy and be safe, everybody. Bye bye.